What are the top 5 emerging or underrated areas here on the Costa del Sol? We're back for another top 5 bite-sized portion with the lovely Rebecca Want from Marbella Interiors. Designer-inspired furniture schemes, but without the designer prices. That's your slogan.
That's us.
This bangle is causing a lot of problems.
Let's get rid of
So
that.
today we're going to be talking about the top 5 emerging or underrated areas here on the Costa del Sol. That is places that we think have a little bit of value moving forward, because prices have been rising in the last few years. A lot of prices, a lot of places have got to the point where it's like, oh, it's a bit expensive, but there are still pockets. There are still
areas of bargains to be had.
Anyone who's looking for investment value and something that's going to appreciate, we've identified what we think are the top 5. We'll do it in reverse order,
Okay.
Rebecca. So kick us off with number 5.
So number 5, Torremolinos, East Malaga.
Yeah. So there's
It's not an area I know at all, other than driving to the airport, but I have noticed that there's a lot more development as, when you drive past, you can see more and more buildings
this is
going
actually
on.
a typo on my height. It's actually west of Malaga. So Torremolinos and west of Malaga, it's an area that's expanding, a lot of new development going in there, but a lot of expensive new development going in there, which is going to drag the whole area up.
Because they have got lovely beaches along there.
Fabulous beaches. And, Malaga is booming as a city, and it's great to be a stone's throw away from it. So you would, it's a natural assumption that this bit in the middle, Torremolinos, Alfredo was saying to me the other day that I think it's grown the most of all the municipalities in the last 12 months price-wise. Yeah.
But it's got a very good water park.
Got a very good water park. So there's a lot of things going for it, but there's always been this stretch between Torremolinos and Malaga city itself, which has been a bit...
It's sort of kind of forgotten about a little bit.
Yeah, and it's natural that it's going to be infilled. But there's some amazing, like Sierra Blanca Towers is the kind of flagship development in there, which is not cheap. So we're not expecting it to be social housing kind of prices, but I think it's an opportunity.
When you say not cheap.
Well, Malaga Towers, you're talking about millions.
Oh, really?
For an apartment.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's not just, that's, as I say, that's the flagship. That's not norm. But I think it's an area to keep an eye on. I think there's going to be more and more things going on there. And there's still, I think it still represents a pocket of value.
Okay. Estepona. That's a resort that's been going for a long time.
Well, Estepona is still, it's been talked about a lot in the last 4 or 5 years. There's been a huge amount of new development. There's been a new hospital. There's been, loads of improvements to the infrastructure in the town centre, and it's looking amazing. Estepona is a joy to visit at the moment. Yeah, it's a real rival to Marbella. What it doesn't have, I suppose, is the kind of out-of-town shopping centre that Marbella has, but that will probably come. But Estepona still, although its prices have gone up massively over the last 4 or 5 years since COVID, there's still pockets of value, I think, because it's so good.
Yeah.
I still think there's room for growth.
There's a lot of quite nice new developments as well, isn't there? And then there's older places around the town.
There are. And the thing about
It's
it is...
big, Estepona.
Yeah, it is. And the nice thing about it is most of these developments are, you can access the town and the promenade and the marina quite easily. Even if not a walk away, it's a very short drive away. So Estepona, again, ticks a lot of boxes.
Okay.
What about number 3?
Number 3, Westepona.
Westepona?
Did you make that one up?
No, somebody else did. So that's West Estepona and down towards Casares, Costa. So that's the area. If you imagine...
So Sabanias, Manilva, or before?
It's probably before that, I would say. And yeah, but it's that area between there and Estepona. There's a lot of new development going there. There's a lot of land.
There is.
So if you imagine, when times are booming, the development kind of stretches out and out and out. So we've got this area here, which is near Estepona, but a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Because prices have gone up so much in the Estepona town and the immediate surroundings, it's kind of had to go the other way to create more of your development starting at maybe 350,000 rather than 450,000.
Yeah.
So that area, there's a lot going on, a lot more land to develop. So that means there's going to be more infrastructure and amenities coming in as well. Not that it doesn't lack them now, but there's going to be more of them. So that's, again, I think a key one.
Okay.
What's number 2?
Number 2, Monte Mayor.
Yay.
Your fave.
Here we are in Monte Mayor. And I'm not saying this because I live here, but we have about 30 villas under construction in Monte. Well, we don't, but developers are constructing 30 villas in Monte Mayor at the moment. And I always say to people, wherever you see cranes, there's value and people are making money. Monte Mayor is one of those places. It's amazing. If you want peace, privacy, views, and security, it's amazing, but it's not as expensive as somewhere like a Zagaleta or a Madronal.
What I've really noticed about Monte Mayor, except with the prices, because I live in San Pedro, and the prices in San Pedro have gone
Yeah.
Crazy. And I was looking at some new developments down on the beach, and you're looking at penthouses for 1.4, 1.7 for a 3-bedroom penthouse in San Pedro, which is amazing, but it's a lot of money.
You could buy a villa for that.
You could get a villa up here for that. Yeah, I was looking at that. You know, there are a couple of villas, and yes, there are more expensive ones, but it's a very different lifestyle choice. But it's a huge consideration.
We're getting a lot of money from people who are being priced out of Zagaleta and Madronel, and even Marbella Club Golf Resort, which is our neighbouring community. And it's because we've got land. So the land is still fairly decent value. So developers can make a margin.
Yeah.
But also anyone who's wanting to build or buy for themselves, there's still margin
It's
there.
achievable, isn't it?
It's
You don't need
underpriced
the 10 million.
No, it's underpriced to a lot of other areas. So you can buy a villa in Monte Mayor at the moment for maybe 1.7, 1.6 million euros.
Yeah.
As you say, you can't get a penthouse on the beach in San Pedro. For
No,
that.
or a plot of land for 350
Yeah.
that you can build on.
So yeah, still room for growth in Monte Mayor.
Okay.
And who's top of the pops? Number one is
Number 1, East Marbella.
Yeah.
Really?
I've
I would not think that was already built, already kind of been going a long time, that area.
I think, yes, you're right. So places like Elviria, Los Monteros, they're
Exactly,
pretty
yeah.
consolidated, but the amount of exciting stuff that's going on there.
Really?
So you've got a couple of really
need to
big
have a
hotels
wander.
coming in. So you've got the Four Seasons Hotel. And it's a bit like a Waitrose. When you put a Waitrose in a town, it adds value to the
You build it, they will follow. Is that it? Is
Something
it?
like that.
Yeah.
And it's true, with a Four Seasons hotel and resort, a branded resort, all of a sudden it's going to increase the value of that real estate around it. And I think there's another place, like the W Hotel. There was also talk about other hotel groups going in. And what you've got in East Marbella, you've got fabulous beaches.
You have. Yeah. We will often travel from San Pedro just to go to the beaches there.
Yeah, they are probably the best beaches on this side of the Costa del Sol. So I do think there's room for growth there. And I do think with the amount of things going in, you've got a good golf course, you've got a hospital, there's things happening, and I think there's more to come. So I think that is the number one to watch.
To keep your eye on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Did that surprise you?
It did.
There you go. That's another one of our top 5s done and dusted. We'll revisit this every year, I think, just to see if anything's changed.
See what's going on. See if we were right.
Absolutely. Anyway, on to the next one.